From the Midwest to the heart of LA's dance music industry, today we're sitting with Ryan Roth, also known as Roy LaCroix and Driver405. He's a DJ and producer who packed up from St. Louis, took a massive risk, and now works inside the world of Pioneer DJ, helping shape the future of AlphaTheta. We're talking Midwest roots, house music obsession, and how he's working to elevate what DJs and fans everywhere experience. This was a really fun episode, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. Let's get into it right now so you can hear his story for yourselves. This is episode 254 with Ryan Roth.
All right, so I had to grab the poster
Yeah, I need to see it
to show you this
for
this
sure.
beauty.
Okay, that is
Look
like
at that,
10 times cooler than I thought I was going to be.
pretty fire.
Dude, that's
Um,
sick. Where'd you find it?
217 of 500.
What?
It was at the Sphere in Vegas, and
Oh,
I was like, I gotta get a poster. Like,
they get you. How sick was that show? I had a friend that went to that too.
dude, it was incredible. I mean, the Backstreet Boys are top. Like, they're just literally, they're probably my favorite band of all time. And the show, when you walk in, like, first thing you see, you're just like, there's a UFO, and it's right here.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's so sick. I've never been to the Sphere. Like the combination of that, was that your first time there too?
First time at the Sphere and just blown away by the production value.
That's so much fun.
Blown away. And then like they're on a platform, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but because they are coming back in December,
Okay.
but the platform like lifts up and now they're flying and
Ugh,
they're in the middle of the air and they're like flying through space. And it's just like, and their voices are great. They still have the moves. Yeah,
dude,
it
that
was it was
that
awesome.
that larger than life song, you want to talk about moments in your younger years that were like really important to you just feeling fucking alive. We were talking about Super Bad, we're talking about
Yeah.
Anchorman, like laughing, like the camaraderie of being with your friends and laughing at inappropriate things. When Larger Than Life came out, I just like it was fucking awesome, dude. Like that makes dude just even thinking about that makes me
Bow, bow,
excited.
bow, bow.
Boom, 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 boom. Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh,
Boy
ooh,
band.
ooh, collab, bro.
Maybe.
I'm so
I
down.
mean, I already remixed Creed,
Yeah, dude. What else is
what Smash
left? You
Mouth, what's
got
next?
it's gotta be Backstreet Boys for Roy LaCroix for sure.
Yeah, Tanner and I, Dance Armstrong and I were trying to figure out what's the third, what's the Gauntlet song, and the reason we haven't written our third song yet, and we did an original that we just released, but we haven't written our third edit yet. And I was like, we got to complete the Gauntlet. Like, it
Yeah.
must,
The
the
trifecta.
ritual must be complete.
The
And
ritual must be complete. Yes, this is like
yeah,
Harry Potter. What's it? The fucking oh God.
the
Oh, my wife would be mad right now.
the Triwizard Tournament,
Yeah, the Triwizard
the
Tournament. Yes, 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 yes.
yeah, the Goblet of Fire.
The Goblet of Fire. Absolutely, dude. Damn, that would be epic. And that's just one of those like tracks of the bass line, the lead is just written for you, and how creative can you get it?
Larger Than Life. Yeah, no one, I don't think anyone's remixed that track. I know that people have remixed Everybody and Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah,
Um,
obviously, bye bye bye.
well, is everybody is that
I think that's
that's
Larger
Bye Bye
Than
Bye.
Life, isn't it? Wait, is Larger Than Life called
Everybody's Backstreet's back.
back? All right.
Yeah, that's Everybody. I don't remember the title. I gotta I gotta consult I gotta
We
consult my spiritual advisors over here.
I'm pretty sure Larger Than Life is its own one. And then Backstreet's Back is different. Wait, fuck. I
Was
don't.
that the
All
fact
I know
check?
is they cracked the code to happiness at a young age, and they still are able to bring it back. Dude, you want to talk about some of those throwbacks? Like, you remixed Creed. My
Yep.
friend, did we talk about this? I think my friend went to go see Creed and Nickelback at Alpine Valley in Wisconsin. And
Wow.
it was like Summer '99 tour. And they had Three Doors Down, A Day to
Oh man,
Remember, Creed, Nickelback. He said the crowd was unreal. Like 95% dudes. I was like, oh yeah, obviously.
as it should be.
They know their market. Yeah, like just a bunch of fucking dudes just belting out Creed at the top of their lungs and headbanging, 55 years old, 50 years old. But dude, Music back then, it's just so crazy the world we live in now with music, its
Yeah,
consumption. Because I always talk to old school DJs, right? The ones that go to the record stores still and used to, and they would go to the record stores, especially here in Chicago, Gramophone Records, and they would buy
love that.
every single record so that no other DJ could have it, and they would black out with a Sharpie the name of the record because they didn't want DJs coming up and looking at the name of the record, right? And today, you just YouTube MP3 something, you throw it on the stick, you play it, you crack the gain. I mean, I don't do that, but I certainly have.
I get it. I mean, I get it. Like we on the 3000X, like we put hide your song mode. So now when you're looking over the shoulder,
Wait,
you can hide the song
really?
title. Oh yeah,
That's new.
that's new. Yeah.
That's pretty sick. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. It's kind of playing into the culture a little bit, but hey, I get it. Gramophone Records, I spent hours in there when I was in Chicago, like recently, and like I was just, I mean, this was months ago, but
Yeah,
I was like, this is a lot of fun. I don't want to leave.
I know. There's just something about that record store and the history. And they do stuff there all the time. Like Gene Ferris did like a boiler room there, I think. And um,
Oh, cool.
when you go into a record store, today, yesterday, 20 years ago, whatever it is, there's a process in your mind of listening to music that you don't know. They're in
Hmm.
genres, right? It's like, I'm going to listen to some disco funk today. I'm going to listen to some
Right.
underground minimal. And you really listen through the whole song. And it gives you sort of this connection physically to the
Yep.
music, as opposed to being on TrackStack or SoundCloud and just zooming through songs. You know what I mean? You can't do that at a record store. And I always like asking DJs, like, what actually do you think is that tangible way that we connect to music today as compared to back in the day? Is it even possible?
I think with digital music, no, it's
Yeah.
not possible. I think that you can listen to a track on repeat easier, with digital music, you can loop it and loop it and loop it. But I do think that there is that sort of tangible thing, that experience, that physical experience you get when you look at a record, you look at the box art, you open it up.
Mhm.
It's just kind of a magical feeling. I just went canvassing, flyering yesterday night, and we were like flyering our Italo Overdrive party, like all over Hollywood.
Yeah.
And we were just like spending time at these vinyl record stores, and we'd be like, "Hey, can we put these up in your register?" And they say, "Yeah." "Hey, can we tape this
Mhm.
in your window?" "Yeah, no problem." And I just bought a CD. I haven't bought a CD in who knows how long.
Nice.
Moby.
Let's
Um,
go.
yeah, the play album, and it was $2. And I'm like, "Are you guys sure you want to sell this for $2?" I'm like, "This was my childhood, you know, album here." And they're
That's
like,
legendary.
"I guess it's $2." Here you go.
Just bought a CD. What are you gonna play it in your fucking PS5 or Xbox? What are you gonna do?
My 2014 Honda Civic Coupe. In
Let's
fact,
go. Got a CD player
yes.
in there, huh?
I do have a CD player, and I'm going to drive that thing into the dirt.
As you should.
Um, and with that CD player, I'm going to buy the Backstreet Boys album. And I actually just looked up. I fact checked our thing earlier, by the way.
Okay.
Um, we were both right. So the song is called "Everybody" in parentheses Backstreet's Back. So we were both right.
Okay, cool, cool.
I was like, I thought I was going crazy here. I was like, it's one or the other, but no. Turns out it's,
Oh,
it's
the
both.
boys, the Backstreet Boys. God, brother,
Yeah,
it
my
is.
buddy bought a CD of the Matrix original soundtrack, and I was like, "This is some cool stuff. Very inspirational."
That's what I'm talking about right there. I feel like the soundtracks for action movies in the 2000s were just truly next level. I think Blade was the 90s, I believe, or was it even earlier than that?
Good question. I almost want to say Blade was like 2000, but I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think it was right there, like right after the 2000s started.
Yeah,
But that shit was next level. And I always like to go back and watch old movies and listen to the soundtrack because,
yeah,
dude, anything's possible in electronic music production these days. And the more creative you can get, either with a sample or a remix or just being inspired,
sure.
then the better off you'll be. Because I'm not one of those guys who can just sit in the studio and just like create. I never have
Oh,
been.
really?
I don't know. It's not been the way that I feel inspired. Like of course, if I'm feeling something, I can go in the studio, but I'm not like the locked in the studio guy. Like some things come to me when I'm not
Yeah,
not in the studio. Which is can be a little frustrating sometimes, but you voice memo it or you email
yep.
yourself and yeah, I don't know. What about
I
you?
have a playlist. Yeah, so I have a playlist. My playlist has basically it's called Roy Edits, and it's just like
Hmm.
every track that I hear that I'm like, I want to do an edit of it, I just throw it in a Spotify playlist.
Love that.
So I have like maybe 40 or 50 songs in there. A lot of them 90s Eurodance. A lot of them like old 90s rock and stuff like that.
Mm.
I think I've got like a couple, smooth jazz ones too. You know what? I want to pull this up. I
Yeah,
want to pull
let's
this
hear
up.
some of them. You're not afraid to remix anything, are you?
I'll do it all, man. I'll do it all. I just remixed Modern Talking, the song "You're My
Nice.
Heart, You're My Soul." I did an Italo disco edit of that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can't wait to ask you more about that. I feel like that's such a cool
yeah,
action, and it's really starting to pop off. Very niche still, but still definitely
yeah.
has like a lot of runway in the US in particular.
Yes, I agree, and I think Italo disco is one of those genres that's it's like so it's such a funny genre because it had such a short window of like time that
Hmm.
it was like popular, and so like they literally had these male models that they would hire to sing over these instrumental tracks, and they were like, "You're going to be the face of the band," and they just tried to sing in an English way, and
Hmm.
it just was kind of it gave it some spark, it gave it some edge,
Yeah,
and I think
absolutely.
these male models were not actually like singers, so that was like the funniest part about it. And so let's go through here. Yeah, I've got okay, Sadness by Enigma.
Nice.
Take Five, the Dave Brubeck Quartet. Ice MC, of course. DJ Bobo, Master Boy. I just remixed a Culture Beat track. Culture Beat's in here.
Hmm.
Um, Mr. Vane, that one. Alice DJ.
Yeah.
Um, Enrique Iglesias. I actually have an edit of Hero somewhere in the hard drive that I started,
Wow. I
and
sang
I've
for my
played
high school
played that
talent
out.
show. It was one of my three medley songs with Ghosts and Stuff and California
Oh,
Girls and Hero. I kicked
really?
it off with
Oh,
Hero.
that's a lot. That's all over the place.
That's what I did, bro. That's when I became a performer. You never know what you're gonna get with a Sherm set, I guess.
Oh, I love that.
Keep
Oh, that's
going strong.
perfect. I wish you recorded some of that.
I do have it on video. It's actually on a DVD, so I might have to come over.
You might have to also, yeah, do that and then also overlay it at the bottom here.
I have thought about sharing it. It is pretty wild. I don't know if my wife would let me. There's
Well, I'll do one for one. If you share that, I'll share my secret link on YouTube of me in a musical for Sweeney Todd singing a falsetto.
You can sing like that?
I used to be able to.
No way.
Yeah, I was like musical theater boy back in middle school and high school. I was like the lead role of all my plays in St. Louis, Missouri
Oh my
that I was
God.
in.
I
Yeah.
fucking love that, dude. I'm a huge musical guy. Like I love musicals. I love
Yeah.
um musical theater in general. I've never been able to act. I always say, Ryan, that musical acting, especially with the demand, is like the hardest live performance art because you're acting, you're singing, you're dancing, and you're doing it 3 times a day, 5 days a week at a high professional level, usually more than that even.
Spot on. Yeah. And the hardest part about it really was like, I mean, there's a lot of waiting around too. So it was a lot of suspense.
Yeah.
And so when it's like your time, it's like you gotta go. You got like 2 minutes, boom. And
Hmm.
you're on stage, you're off stage. And there are times where like you have to improvise. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had situations where I don't know, I was in Willy Wonka and I was Willy Wonka and like the guy, like,
You were Willy Wonka
I
himself.
was, yeah. And so
It's
there was time
cold.
where I'd like improvise and there you have like 1,000 people staring at you, and then you had to make something up on the fly because something doesn't like I don't know, like we had like something bad happen on the stage, and I was like, shit. I was like, we got to fix this. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, that's the rush, right? It's kind of like DJing. And I think that when I stopped doing like musical theater and stopped singing, I was like, I still want to perform.
Yeah.
Um, so that's when I started taking that's when I started taking music production a little more seriously, and said, well, I can actually, in a way, I'm kind of acting, I'm entertaining as a DJ performer,
Yeah.
um, and then that's how also where I came up with the Driver 405 project because it's a little more cinematic and it's a little more theatrical, and
Hmm.
I'm able to sing and I'm able to do synth and kind of put on this like character, and feel like a lot of people sort of I don't know, they underestimate the artistic expression of being a DJ. I know you love it. You
Dude,
put on your outfit and your Sherm. I put on my stuff and I'm Roy LaCroix, and then I put on something else and I'm Driver405, and I'm just like I feel like this
100%.
like new man.
I completely agree. I think whether people want to believe it or like it or appreciate it or not, the CDJs are our instrument. They are our vehicle to perform. And
Yeah,
there's a lot that you can do with that, right? Like, and the road is endless in what I can do in a show. And I never know. Like, I put myself on the spot to have to
yeah,
react and act and take chances. And you know what, dude, you made me realize, like, honestly, I have always liked, I don't want to say the spotlight, but I liked being in a performative mode. Not all the time, but
hmm
when I lock
yeah,
into that, I really feel this sense of like it's a high, dude. What else is it? It's just a high.
yeah. I mean, it's great. It's especially like rewarding for you to be able to express a creative idea.
Hmm.
Um, you have something that, I mean, all art and all music is you're trying to communicate something, a message, trying to communicate a feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just joy, sometimes it's sadness, sometimes it's um you know uh heartache, and so
Yeah.
you're trying to communicate that um in some form or fashion. And I think that like that's the job of the DJ, right? Like we're supposed to be picking the right records at the right time
Hmm.
and making sure that we're taking people on a journey.
Yep.
um and I think that I would say it should be okay for a majority of those tracks to be experimental. I think you should be able to educate. The job of the DJ, I believe, is to educate.
100%. It's to give the people what they didn't know they wanted.
Yes, exactly.
That's how I like to put it. That's the educational part. And, you know, dude, it's funny, I'm from Indianapolis, you're from St. Louis. These are cities that are certainly
Yeah.
overlooked. Definitely have their own local culture. Where in St. Louis are you exactly from again?
So I'm from a little town called Clayton. I went to Clayton High School.
Clayton.
Um, Shout out CHS Greyhounds. Let's
Let's
go.
go Greyhounds.
Let's go. We had a very good golf team,
Did you?
which I was on. Yes. So Clayton. Then I went to college in Columbia, which is in the
You went to
middle of
Mizzou,
Missouri.
right?
Mizzou. Yeah. University of Missouri. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, dude. I had a
Yeah.
lot of friends that went to Mizzou. I went to IU. I feel like Mizzou and IU had a lot of overlap. But
Yeah.
growing up in these cities, I'm from a town called Zionsville, right? It's very similar to where you're from. We were actually the Eagles. Our rivals were the Greyhounds, the Carmel Greyhounds. So
Oh, there can only be one Greyhound, so
I
we're gonna
get
have
it.
to.
I get
They're
it.
they're now our rivals too.
Okay, good. And I remember like there was one guy who was a DJ. He was a lot older than me, and he's become a good friend and a mentor. But it was like
Yeah.
weird to like electronic music almost. Like when we were
Hmm.
in high school, I remember the first EDM song I heard was Warp 1.9, Steve Aoki and Bloody Beetroots.
Sick.
Very
Great track. I have it on
aggressive.
vinyl.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Great
Good
track to
track.
have on vinyl. And it just kind of blows your mind. Like that's what it does. Like the first couple times you hear it, and I was like, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. But like, I only had a few friends that even liked it, especially like, I mean, where we're from, it's country. It was a lot of hip hop, certainly, that sort of stuff. But like, when did you actually get exposed to electronic music, considering like your background in like musical theater, even?
Oh man. Way before that. So
Okay,
I would
good.
say, yeah, yeah. So I also had a similar experience in high school where
Mhm.
the music that I liked was definitely not cool. I mean, I was blasting Bass Hunter, Cascada, Venga Boys.
Yeah.
I'm talking like hard trance, happy hardcore. And actually, the more that I really think back on like my journey as a musician, I've always just been into trance. Like any variety of something trancy,
Yeah.
it's been hard trance, right? Like hard trance.
Yeah.
And so I'll give you the quick spiel, but when I was 5 years old, I sat on my grandma's piano and I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
Um, and you see DJ Beaver up here
That's
looking down on
perfect right
us.
now. Yeah, it's
Uh,
wow. That was great
um,
timing.
Great, perfect timing. So, yeah, when I was 5 years old, I was just trying to play songs that I heard on the piano and like replaying them and stuff. And then I was introduced to synth pop from my mom's like mixtapes, 80s synth pop.
Okay.
So I'm talking like Depeche Mode, Yaz, Alphaville. Those are really some of the first. like tracks that I really heard. I mean, Kenny G obviously was like, someone, but I never, became a famous,
Legend.
I could never play
Yeah.
the horn. But so they're talking synth pop, and then kind of fast forward a couple years, Venga Boys, that album, I forget what it was, like the best hits album, I think. And
Yeah.
that changed my entire perspective on dance music. And then when I started going to high school, I met this guy who used to live in Europe, and he was a good friend of mine. And so he introduced me to uh, a lot of music that people were listening to over in Europe. And that's where I was introduced to Bass Hunter. And since Bass Hunter, I was just like obsessed. I mean, I think that might be one of the first albums I bought on iTunes.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and it was the LOL album by Bass Hunter. And I'm like listening
Oh,
to that on repeat. And I'm just like, this is incredible. Now You're Gone, All I Ever Wanted.
oh,
Um,
now you're gone. Oh, God.
so that's when I started producing music, actually, like hardcore. I bought GarageBand, and then I got the dance music expansion pack for GarageBand. And then there was a couple you know, iterations, GarageBand to Logic, Logic to Reason, Reason to Fruity Loops, and then Fruity Loops to Ableton. And
Wow.
that was like the journey. And I've created every type of genre you can imagine since then.
That's really interesting that you actually started producing right away, right? Because this was maybe kind of before the DJ boom, so to speak, right? Like, did you
I
have any?
started in 2005.
Okay. When did you actually get your hands on a pair of decks? Like, did you actually DJ rather? So you produced first, obviously.
Yeah, which is actually a little unusual for nowadays.
It is.
I I wanted to write music, but I didn't actually understand DJ culture when I was young. Like I was like 15 or so.
Yeah.
Um, was I 15? No, I was actually I was 13 or 14 when I started producing. And so I didn't understand DJ culture. And so then when I went to college, that's when I really fully understood like, oh, a DJ is supposed to like play one track into the next. And then I was
Hmm.
like, well, they're not going to like my music because I'm writing happy hardcore. So I can't play that at Mizzou at a fraternity party.
Definitely
This is
not.
not going to fly.
No,
So
no,
now I have
no.
to learn how to DJ music people want to hear.
Right.
And then I remember one of the I don't know. I was like downloading like Avicii remixes and Romero remixes,
Oh, the best.
and all incredible. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I can like play music that people know, but like play remixes of that music. And so then that's how I started like really getting into playing like dance edits of popular songs and
Hmm.
kind of writing my own. And then, that was just kind of my first foray into DJing. And I remember one of my first gigs ever was opening for Waka Flocka, uh, which was kind of crazy.
Shout out. We
Um,
just had him on the Hood Politics Records stage takeover here in Chicago, dude. He's such a good guy. Incredible performer.
I'm I love to hear that, man. Yeah, he was so cool. He was such a
Dude.
cool dude, and like he's tall.
He's huge. He's bigger than Susan, bro. He like literally makes Susan
Yeah,
look small.
yeah. I mean, yeah. When I was up on stage, like I was like, "Hello," and he walks in with a bottle of Grey Goose. He's like,
Yeah.
"Grey Goose," and I'm like, "This is sound check."
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Like
this was
maybe
like what?
later.
This was like 2010, 2011, like right when Flockavelli came out and shit.
Yeah,
Like he was like big.
yeah. So he had DJ Woo Kid, and I think
That's who was
Flocka
his
had just
DJ still, dude. He literally was with
still.
DJ. I swear to God, and they crushed it. Yeah.
Oh, love to hear it, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and so I remember like going downstairs into the green room at the Blue Note in Mizzou, and he's like, um, I walk in, and he's playing Mortal Kombat with all of his friends. That's like his pre-show ritual, is they would bring like a mini TV and like PlayStation combo,
Oh,
and like they would open it up and just like play it in the green room, and I was like, this is so wholesome. Like this
yeah.
is the best. I'm
Just a
like,
good
I
guy.
want to, yeah. I want to put
Damn.
the PlayStation on my tech writer,
That dude. I was a GameCube guy actually.
Mm,
Very, very strange thing, but it was
I
great.
too. I too was a GameCube guy.
You were a
Yeah.
GameCube guy? Oh my God.
I'm actually more of a Nintendo guy.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a Nintendo guy. Those, you want to talk about the days. Super Mario
What was your
Sunshine.
game?
Super
Like, what were
Smash
your game?
Bros.
Yep.
Probably. Man, dude, so many good games. I liked Luigi's Mansion a lot.
That's a good one. And you know what? Honestly, that game kind of scared me as a kid. So
So
I
did
didn't
I. I
play it a whole
conquered a lot
lot.
of fears by playing that game. It was so scary when you'd be in the dark and you had to use your flashlight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Luigi's Mansion. Okay. So the first one that comes to mind, I mean, I played so many GameCube
Yeah.
games, but Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda
Yeah.
Wind Waker.
Oh my
That was my
God.
that was my go-to for sure.
Do you fuck with the Switch? Have you played any of the new Zeldas?
Yes, Breath of the Wild. I haven't
Yeah.
played Tears of the Kingdom yet, but I beat Breath of the Wild.
You need to play Tears of the Kingdom. I like it a lot more, to be honest, than Breath of the Wild.
Will it completely absorb my life, Tears of the Kingdom?
Yes. Yes, it will.
Okay, I need to get it then.
Yeah, you need to get it. It absorbed my life completely, and I was just fine with it.
I'm for it. Hey, you know what? I just beat I go through these phases. Sometimes I'll play like really old school games. I just beat Banjo-Kazooie and then the
Nice.
Banjo-Kazooie sequel. So I've been like really like going through those and then I'm like I got to finish a game before I move to the next one.
Yeah, same.
So right now I'm playing a Yoshi game or something. So
Yeah. I have Super Mario Odyssey. I did Hogwarts Legacy. That took up a lot of my time. That took up.
oh,
I was a bit of a loser. I
is
was.
it worth it? I mean,
Yes, so much fun.
I was gonna buy it. It was like on sale the other day, but I was looking at the difference between the Xbox and it's so fun.
What
We're the
happened?
biggest nerds, bro. I like literally know about like the frame rate difference between the Switch and the Xbox of Hogwarts Legacy, and I was studying which one to get last week.
Really? You're like that deep on this?
Well, yeah, because they were like trying. They're like the Switch had this like discount for Hogwarts Legacy. I'm like, this is why is this so cheap? And
Oh,
so then I looked up Xbox was like $60, but the Switch is like $10 or something, and I was like, there must be a difference in
frame rate.
quality, and there's a
I
big
appreciate you
difference.
doing that work. I'm sure there's some listeners out there right now that have been wondering this.
Yeah, well, hey, I'll let you know how it goes when I buy one or the other. I haven't done that yet.
Summer's over, bro. It's time to lock into video games. Come on.
Time to lock in. That's it. Hey, I mean, like, it's a beautiful day outside, but it's a
Yeah.
perfect day to stay inside and play Hogwarts Legacy.
Dude, honestly, you live in summer world, man. So like it doesn't I'm sure like you're never like, "Oh, it's a beautiful day. Like I'm not going to have this chance." I'm in fucking Chicago. If it's a nice day, I'm like I feel the pressure of like you got to be outside doing shit the whole time.
I know. I know exactly how that feels
Yeah,
because
dude.
being in St. Louis, Missouri was the same thing. So you got to take advantage of the nice day or else
Yeah,
like you're going to be sad for a week or a month.
I
You
guess.
never know.
Literally. And like it's funny how Chicago like how Mother Nature says goodbye summer to Chicago. It was like 80 degrees Sunday and it was nice this morning and then it rained and now it's like 65 and it's like, "Okay, it's fall. All right, like close the curtain on summer officially."
I will say, dude, I will say though, in LA, it's like really interesting because I'm used to seasons and I really miss the seasons because I've been here for 8 years and I feel like time has gone by faster because it
Mm,
all just blends together into like one
yeah.
big day. And you need like I envy you guys having those clear, distinct seasons sometimes because I'm like state dependent memory. You have these like nice, like
That's
happy, like Christmas moments because of the snow. But here it's just kind of like, I
yeah.
don't know. It could be February, it could be October. I don't know.
Literally don't know. What does it matter? It's summer world. It's a bubble. It's a beautiful bubble out
Summer world.
there. That's DJ Susan's line. He's like, I'm like, "Where you at?" He's like, "I'm in summer world." I'm like, "So what part of Southern California?"
I love summer world. It's a simulation out here. I don't know.
It's a simulation, exactly, bro. Exactly. Okay, so let's go back to Mizzou. You were
Yeah.
DJing in college, graduated. What
Yeah.
was were you studying anything in particular? Like, did you have dreams not in music during that time?
Yeah. Yeah. The studying thing is really, really an interesting one because I came in pre-med. I thought that I wanted to be a brain surgeon.
Whoa.
Like, no joke, love biology, love all that stuff. And then I decided to be undeclared.
Okay.
And then all my friends seemed to be having a lot of fun in the business degree. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to go do business. And I
Totally.
actually went to college for the Evans Scholar program, which is a big caddy
Yeah, I'm
program at
familiar.
Mizzou.
Hmm.
And so I, caddied all my like, childhood. And so I got this full ride to college. And so all my friends there were doing business, and I was like, I kind of want to trade. I kind of want to like learn something. So let's do finance. And
Yeah.
so I focused on finance so I could kind of understand numbers because I was really bad at numbers.
Hmm.
So I wanted to like force myself to like understand like data analysis and understand all that stuff because I'm like, this is something that's not going away.
Yeah.
So understanding accounting, understanding finance is really important. And then I knew that I was a creative person though. So I always said that I'm just going to like teach myself the creative side of business.
Hmm.
And then that's kind of what I did. So I went into, to school for finance, graduated, worked for the PGA Tour for a few months as an intern, and then I went off, got a job in investment and in investments. So it was at an accounting firm, and then I was an analyst, and then got the job at Pioneer. So.
So you started in the accounting and finance department at Pioneer?
Well, no. So it's actually kind of funny. They hired me because they said, "We see how creative you are." I also had some experience, like on the side, working for Disco Donnie.
Yeah, of course.
So not for him personally, but for the subsidiary called B&W Productions. So,
Yeah, yeah, I'm
um,
familiar.
so I worked very closely with really good, friends of mine, Amin and Megan, and we basically that was my first foray into music. And
Wow.
well, actually, let me take one step back. My real first foray was I worked at the Blue Note at Mizzou
Hmm.
as a ticketing guy.
Is that the
That
legendary
was,
venue there then?
yeah,
Okay.
beautiful venue. That was
Okay.
my really first one. But that was an unpaid internship, right? So my first paid one was working with the Disco Donnie Presents team,
Wow. And that was in LA?
St. Louis.
Okay, so you okay, got it. So you
So yeah, so then Pioneer was like, hey, because you have this experience as a DJ, because you have this experience working, as kind of like a event manager, promoter, artist relations guy,
Mhm.
um, we'd love to have you on as our marketing specialist, specifically because you have data and like finance background. Because we
Oh.
don't know, they're like, we don't really, we need someone to help us with our marketing budget. Uh,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, I'm your guy. Let's do it.
Damn,
Let's
dude.
go.
So did you apply or did they find you?
Yeah, so this is crazy, but I went to NAM in
Oh, of
Anaheim,
course.
and it's so funny because when I tell this story, I have this in my wallet now, but I created a business card,
Ryan Roth.
RR, and then on the back we got,
Look at
look
that
at that,
picture of
look
you.
at
Is
that
that
guy.
even you?
I don't know, could be my twin, maybe my evil twin.
Yeah, I love it. Look at that picture of you, dude.
Yeah. And so it says client service, event marketing, financial analysis, music producer, and DJ. And and I just realized I just doxed myself by giving my email and my phone
We'll blur
number.
that out. We'll blur that out later. Check out my license, dude. You want to see my social security
Yeah, I'm
card?
just like showing the entire world my.
Put that
But
out
hey,
there.
it's fine. Um, so I did that, and I just was passing it out to all these music brands at NAM, and I'm like, hey, hire me, hire me, hire me. And then Pioneer, when I went to the Pioneer booth, the marketing manager at the time was like, well, this is very serendipitous because our marketing manager just quit last week.
Whoa.
So we're going to actually need to probably hire someone soon.
Hmm.
So I followed up with him every week, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
keyboard warrior, hey,
Oh,
got a job, got a job, got a job. And then eventually he was like, all right, okay, fine, send me your resume. So I did, and the rest is history there. So yeah,
wow, dude.
been there for 8 years.
That's a great story of hustle and timing. It's like that some would call that lucky, but that's opportunity meets preparation.
Yeah, I call it planned happenstance.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
That's like one of my like mantras, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
the more you put yourself out there, the more likely things will happen, luckily. You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of the general gist of how I consider it. And I also believe in destiny. And I think that like, I was definitely put in that position for a purpose, right? For a meaning. And so um I think that it all just worked out the way it was supposed to. But also
Hmm.
like for people out there who are like looking for following their dreams or following their creative passions, it's like you kind of have to like uh sort of like plan, right? Like know what you want and then just like really go out and just keep trying to do it. And I think there was a little bit of luck involved for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
timing.
but if I hadn't taken the risk to like spend the money to go to NAM, um, you
Mhm.
know, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to move out to LA, which I think is a crazy thing to think about.
Was that
And
scary for you coming from St. Louis and growing up in the Midwest and taking a job at Pioneer and moving to LA?
yeah, it was a little bit. I didn't know anyone coming out here, and actually, I owe it to my buddy Dev. Big shout out to DJ Dev from St. Louis. He
Oh, I know
he
that
was
name. I'm
you
pretty
probably yeah you've probably been to a few of his shows. He was a big like he did a lot of event production and stuff in the Midwest.
Dev for sure. I recognize. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he owned a company called 45 Entertainment, and he
Mhm.
would basically like book a lot of big acts and bring them out to St. Louis. And so he was a good friend of mine, and so we would DJ this club called the Library Annex together. And I would like one night we're DJing together, and I'm like, I want to go to NAM, but hotels are so expensive in LA. And he's like, let's split a hotel
Yeah, there we
and
go.
let's go to NAM. And I'm
Yep.
like, you're joking. And he's like, no, let's do it. And then I go, well, how do I get a badge? And he's like, well, he goes, well, I can get a badge because he has a production company. And
Yep.
he was like, and how about I make you an employee of mine? And that way you have a business card to submit. And I'm like, great, done.
Wow.
So that's kind of how it worked out. But it was just taking a risk.
Planned happenstance, did you say, Ryan, right?
Planned happenstance. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I really like
That's
that.
the uh that's the mantra. Serendipity is another word for it. Yeah.
Yeah, but planned happenstance would make a better tattoo.
Yeah, I should get like I don't know, P PH, I don't know. That wouldn't be that cool. I'll figure it out.
PH could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. I think that would get a lot of questions if you're looking for a conversation starter at a party.
They'd be like, "Oh, we got a chemist. We got a chemist here." No, hardly.
Then you go straight into GameCube, Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, that's my icebreaker actually.
Yeah,
If I don't
don't
know what to say at a
even.
party.
Yeah, hey, do you guys ever play Luigi's Mansion? Oh my God, that game, I used to get so scared.
Can you imagine? That'd be a really good skit, like the nervous guy at a party who doesn't know how to start conversations,
He
and then he's
only
just
knows
like,
GameCube. I'll do it. I'll do it.
"Can you take one for the team, please?"
I will do that skit. Absolutely. If it reaches the right audience, I'm more than happy to do that. Because the concept of the GameCube was so funny. It was little discs, a little cube. The controllers were different, and everyone was like, dude, PlayStation, Xbox. I was like, no, GameCube is the best.
I had my GameCube compromised. Someone stole my GameCube.
Fuckers.
I know. So I got to get it back.
You got to get it back. You got to get it back. Okay. See, that conversation would have gone great at a party. You're doing good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Taking a lot of practice many years
Nice to
later.
meet you. Nice to meet you. Can I get your card and your phone number and your social security number and also maybe your birth certificate?
Yeah. You know what I used to say in college, actually? I would just come up to people at like, gatherings or even, at the lunch hall. And I
Yeah.
would just go, Ryan Roth, Rush chairman, damn glad to meet you.
Oh,
And
that's
people
good.
would be like, whoa. And I was not the Rush chairman, but it didn't matter.
Damn glad to meet you. Fuck. See,
I
I
think
say,
that,
how the hell
yeah,
are
for
you?
Animal House.
Yeah, yeah,
What's that?
yeah. I say, how the hell are you?
Oh, yeah, yeah. How the hell are you? Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's good. Look at us, dude. And it's funny we're doing all these Midwest references right now, and we're both wearing Lakers gear, but we'll discuss that.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, funny about that, right? Also, real quick, do you also say ope when you
Oh
walk
yeah.
by somebody?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I said it a lot growing like it's definitely common in Indiana, but once you get to Chicago and you meet a lot of people from Illinois and Wisconsin, ope is constant. I cannot get it out of my vocabulary. It just is ingrained in me now.
It's the ope gonna scoot right past you
Oh, I'm
and
gonna
and
scoot
like
right
oh
past you. Oh, don't mind
oh
me. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh, hey, you do you. Sorry about that.
and most of the time people do not respond to you or care. Oh, but like in LA, you're just
I
kind of
bet you
like
do it in your car by yourself. Like you're like, oh, just gonna get a ride. I can make a right turn here. Excuse me. You should do that skit. All right, I'll do
no,
the
you're
Indian
right.
skit if you do the Midwest guy in a car in LA Ope skit.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's a great idea. We got to embrace the Midwest guy.
we gotta embrace the Midwest guy. Midwest guy is the most relatable guy out there, right?
And he's so nice.
He's so nice. The everyman, bro. It's a brand, man. It's a brand. The everyman.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
everyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh
so
my
funny.
God.
But then like, coming out to LA was really a big really a big change because, it's such a big city
Yeah.
and I think people out here are really nice. People are very nice,
For sure.
but but I think it's like you do miss the small town energy, right? Like it's not as I would say hospitable as the Midwest is, but
Yeah.
it's still cordial, of course, but it's not as like that like, you know, you could be in the Midwest and you like bump into somebody on the street and they'd be like, "Oh, how are you? Oh, let me welcome you into my home, and we can have a dinner." And you're like,
Literally.
"Okay,
Yeah,
yeah."
I'm in. Let's do it.
But I think people are just a little more busy, in big cities, so
They're
it
always
doesn't happen
late.
as much.
Everybody's late in LA. They can't stop and hang out with you. There's nothing spur of the moment really there.
I know. Well, I blame the 405 for that.
Yeah, it's
I
the city of
actually,
canceling plans. My cousin from New York City, and he lives in Studio City. And actually, his parents are moving out of New York. They've lived in the same apartment for 40 years, and they're moving out to LA with
wow,
my uncle tomorrow. Actually, crazy enough.
that
And
is crazy.
he's trying to like brace them on like the culture shock. And it's like you don't want to say culture shock because it's still America, but like pretty much like New York City to LA, I feel like that's as big of a difference as you get in the continental US.
Completely, completely. I mean, yeah. Look, they both have their pros and cons, but
For sure.
there is no public transportation here.
There is no public transportation in LA.
I mean, it's going to take you an hour to get anywhere. Like, good luck. And I'm cool with it. But when people come out here to visit, they're like, um, I'll have friends who will like be like, "Hey man, I'm flying in. Would love to get some lunch." And I'm like, "Where are you staying?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, the Valley. Do you know where Hollywood? Do you know where Sherman Oaks is?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's an hour and 20 minutes away
It's
in
not gonna
in
happen.
traffic. I don't think I'm gonna. I live in Redondo. I'm like, I don't know if this is. It's gonna be tough. It's
They
gonna be
don't get
tough."
it, bro. They don't get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny when people are like, "Yeah, I'm over in the valley today. I wanted to see if you guys wanted to get lunch over in Culver City." I'm like, "Fuck no. Are you kidding me? I'm not leaving the valley. Like, I'll go to North Hollywood, maybe."
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure. Well, Chicago is actually I felt kind of similar. Chicago was I mean, especially during rush hour, man, like things are pretty traffic's pretty rough.
Yeah, it in a car during rush hour, bro, it's really, really bad, especially if you're going to the suburbs. Luckily, if you're like me, I use the bikes in the city. They're called divvies. And
Cool.
great way to get around. Now, if you're going long distances, obviously, you can take the train and stuff, which can even get crowded, but it's definitely just actually today, Chicago got voted the number one city in America for the ninth year in a row, and it's because of the public transportation for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel that way as well whenever I visit. I really like Chicago in general. I mean, I've been there so many times. It's just such a great city.
Well, we need you to come back for Chicago Music Nexus, bro.
I know. I'm trying to make it happen. I'm trying to make it happen. I talked to Olivia a little bit about it.
Okay,
So,
I have you on the guest list already if you're able to, okay?
well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and we're doing the partnership. So, at the very least, we're gonna have. I'm gonna be there in spirit.
Yes, you
Uh,
will.
you know, uh, yeah,
Hey,
I would love to. I would love to try to make it. I mean, it seems like a really awesome event, and you
can
guys are
we?
killing it too.
Thank you, man. Can we even say Pioneer anymore? Has it officially changed to Alpha Theta, by the way?
It has officially changed to Alpha
Didn't the
Theta
social
as
media
of
change? Yeah.
recent. Yeah. So Alpha Theta Global is our European and Japan channel,
Hmm.
and Alpha Theta USA is our US branch. So pretty much everything in the northern, North America is going to be Alpha Theta USA. It's already changed on TikTok, um, but we're in process of changing it on Instagram. And so um, I think there's going to be people who still call it Pioneer DJ. There's people who still call it Pioneer, um, but I do think that it is it's exciting, it's bittersweet. I think that Alpha Beta is going to allow for us to really expand our brand and expand like what things we can do. I think Pioneer DJ, um, it has it's does DJ in the name. Alpha Theta could be a lot of things, right?
For
So we can
sure.
kind of get experimental with it.
Yeah.
Um, and so I don't know. A lot of people don't actually know the origins of Alpha Theta. I don't know if you know the
No,
story
no,
behind it.
please tell us. Yeah, I know everyone's interested to know why you guys did this.
Yeah, yeah, I'll give you a spiel. So yeah, so Alpha Theta is actually the waves in your brain, so the alpha waves and the theta waves that align with your flow state. So initially, when the name was floated, that was kind of the general idea. And then we have the two logos, and it's kind of like this. They're sort of like maybe like CDJs, or maybe like I don't know, like some sort of like neurons, or I don't know, some sort of thing with like flow state.
Yeah.
And I actually there we have like a sting, like a sound. It's like, sort of like a cinematic opening sound that I actually did the sound design on, which is kind of cool.
What?
Um, yeah, 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 yeah. So when you go to one of our YouTube videos, it goes like, meow, meow. Kind of sounds like an Xbox. Uh,
Yeah.
and so I did the sound
Sounds
design
good.
on that, and sent it to them, and then they, like redid it and kind of tweaked it a little bit. Yeah. So it's
Exciting.
essentially, what's that?
It's exciting, dude.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's essentially the start of a new generation. It's the start of a new thing. And so we're really trying to embrace it. And I hope that other people also are excited too. I mean, I think it's personally, I'm gonna miss Pioneer DJ. I'm definitely gonna miss it.
Yeah.
And I think that it will still be around. I mean, we still have I think we still have some products that say Pioneer DJ on it. So there's it's not completely going away, but
Well, there's
the
certainly a
focus
lot
is
of
now.
products out there in the world that say Pioneer DJ on them. I mean, you have by far the
Yeah.
biggest footprint in the DJ equipment space, correct?
Yeah, we're up there.
Yeah.
We're up
I
there.
mean, it's got to
Uh,
be 80 to 90% for goodness sake. Like you guys have dominated the market and for good reason. I mean,
it's a big piece of the pie.
Pioneer DJ, man, like I don't want to say RIP because I feel like it lives on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know there's so many DJs out there that like have always wanted their own pair of decks, right? And I remember I bought my I had like a tractor controller originally.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
one of my friends who upgraded he is literally like he is a Alpha Theta fiend, bro. Like he loves Alpha Theta. And
Nice.
he's gonna
The
look
sorority or the company? No, I'm just joking. I'm
both big Alpha Theta. No, he's a Jew. Okay, he only likes the Jewish sororities. Uh,
joking. Okay.
but he sold me his old, I think I got 900s and
Yeah.
in a DJM. And I just remember having that in my room. That's when I really leveled up as a DJ when you get your own equipment, especially a proper CDJ setup. And
Sure.
yeah, just for me, dude, like it's just awesome like connecting with you and talking about this company that means so much to me as an electronic music artist. And like I said in the beginning, like that being my instrument. And I'm excited for you guys because what's next? You know, like it's really cool to think about the future of DJ equipment. And I think it makes sense when you guys explain, like when you and I talked about it a few weeks ago on your website, you want to expand outside of just being a DJ, right? Like you want to do music equipment, music production software. You've
Yep.
had your hands in a lot of different things too with recent, I mean, I would call them inventions, Ryan, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Recent invention. Oh, yeah. With Pioneer or otherwise?
Well, with Pioneer and Alpha Theta, I mean, you were telling me on the V10 you helped with the compressor knobs, correct?
Yes. So I was one of the people who floated I wanted to call it the warmth knob at the
Hmm.
top. And so that was my contribution. But everyone, we go through all these brainstorming sessions from concept to the MP, we call it the mass production unit. And so there's all these iterations. And so you have a lot of like opportunities for feedback as they come across. So they will have multiple rounds of feedback with top DJs, and then with like employees who are DJs. And
Hmm.
I'm on the artist relations team, but I'm also on the marketing team. I'm not officially on the product development team, but I do a lot of product development, so it's very cross functional. And then I also named we just released a product called the Cord Cat. And it's like a little box, and I named that and branded it and everything. So that's my like one of my sort of ideas. And then I also named a product called the Squid, which I'm actually looking at right now, and I'll show it to you. Let's
I see it.
see here. This guy, a little dusty, but
The
this guy,
squid. Oh
the
my
Squid.
God, dude. Look at that thing.
Yeah. And so they were having a lot of trouble coming up with a name. And so I said, well, I came up with a bunch of like names and wrote them down. And then during our brainstorming meeting, I said, how about Squid? SQ for sequencer,
Yeah.
and then U for like unique intelligent device or something like that, right? It's a happy accident machine. So I said, how about Squid? And they were like, it kind of stopped for a second. They kind of looked around and they're like, I think that's it.
That's
And so
awesome, dude.
and so it's up here right on the front. You can see I also came up with the idea to make it look like a squid.
Yeah.
So you can see right there.
So Torres, what is that the brand? Is that Alpha Theta then?
Torais, yeah,
Torres.
so it's actually, yeah, Toraiz, and it's a sub brand of Alpha Theta.
Okay, got it. And is that a new sub brand? I haven't heard of it before.
No, we actually the first product we came out with was a monosynth,
Okay.
um, and we came out with it. It's a Dave Smith monosynth, and we came out with it in when was it? Let me show you. It was in like 2000. Oh my gosh, it was right before I joined. I think 2016. I want to say.
Oh man.
But this is what it is here. This guy.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that before.
Yeah,
So Alpha Theta's been doing this
yeah,
already. Now it's just like
thing's
sort of,
awesome.
yeah, dude, look at that thing.
Also dusty.
Also dusty. Yeah. So you're a bit of an equipment fiend as well. You love all this stuff.
Yeah, I am, man. I mean, I started in the box. I was a very like big like software guy, but I feel like having equipment is so helpful to the creative process. Like here, let me see. I've got a few things here. I got a little synth rack. Um, I've got a Roland DO5. This is actually Artelon's Roland DO5.
As
Um,
Artelons?
yeah, he let me borrow it, and I'm like, "Do you want this back ever?" And he's like, "I don't really want it back. No."
Shout out Artelon, the legend.
Shout shout out Arlen. And then yeah, I got the AS1, some samplers, and then I've got the so we're doing show and tell today.
Yeah, please.
So this guy, oh, Borg Mini Log. This thing is like this is really the best synth ever made. I mean, it's knob up, it's perfect. I know how to use it really well. The sound design on it is so much fun. I think pretty much every track that I've written has had some element of the Cork Mini Log.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, I basically try to cover all my bases. So, you want to make sure you have, monosynth, polysynth. Here I'm looking at the DeepMind 12, and the DeepMind 12 is a really nice one. Um, that's kind of like a Juno 106. Uh, I think there comes a time. I also have the Novation Mini Nova. There comes a time where you like just collect all these synths, and you have to sit back and think like, what is the what is the utility of all of these synths,
Yeah.
and do I need any more? And I'm at the point in my life now when I do not need any more. Do I need the new Roland drum machine that they just came out with, the T1000? Yes,
Yes,
I
dude.
do. I do need it. I do need that.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
will I
That's
buy
cool.
it? Shouldn't buy it. I
Yeah,
shouldn't buy it.
you will.
Yeah.
I agree, dude. I always found like I collaborated, especially in the early days, with a lot of laptop producers, right? Which is very, very
Yeah.
common because if you start up, you're young, you don't have a lot of extra money. That's, to bring it back to the beginning of the conversation, the tangible aspect of at least music production. I like to twist the knobs. I like to play the keys. I like to, create loops and just like put my hand on it because it almost feels like you're DJing, you're creating live, right? Like
Yeah.
doing stuff just on my laptop, I don't know, it feels, I don't want to say inauthentic, but it just feels so digital, and the live music experience to me is so much more real, and
Yeah.
that to me is
Absolutely
the
agree.
connection that I can make quickly.
Something I've been doing over the last 5 years in writing music is I will play in pretty much everything.
Hmm.
So, like, instead of dragging MIDI notes for the drums, I'll just play it all in, and
Yeah, why
like I'll
not?
create a drum rack on Ableton, find my favorite samples. I'm using a lot of like really crazy, like, big, like 80s, like Lindrum, Roland 626, like, stuff like that. Um, super compressed, like, like big snares. And I'm like playing those in. And I think like having that human element, there's almost these like tiny little mistakes that maybe I make by not playing it perfectly in time, but then also the velocity differences are more human. And I think that translates really well to the final product because I just don't think that you're really going to capture someone's attention like a human with like robot noise, like or like you have to capture someone's attention in a way that like human to human, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Dude, it's the imperfections. It's, it's fair to say the vulnerability of making that mistake in music production.
Hmm.
Like when you're DJing, and you have to, I'd rather hear a DJ be a little off beat and correct it and find it, and everyone's part of that moment. And it should be like that with music production. And if you make any too big of a mistake, you can go back and fix that. That's kind of, that's what
I
you
absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. And it's actually kind of funny. So me and Tanner are so because we've released two tracks with you guys on Hood Politics, two edits,
Shout
and
out
that
Dance
was the
Armstrong.
yes, shout out Dance
How about that, by
Armstrong.
the way, the combo Roy LaCroix and Dance Armstrong. That is like fucking legendary, bro. That's like Sonny and Cher. That's like, wow.
Yeah, yes.
There's nobody like those guys.
That is a hell of a compliment. Thank you. But you see it, you see Roy LaCroix and Dance Armstrong, and it's like you're going to get a hit. Like you're
Download that
getting a
shit.
hit.
I don't even need to listen. Download it.
That instant download. Yeah. So we did the Smash Mouth All Star edit, and then we did the Creed higher edit. And
Mhm.
honestly, it's really funny, but those were all in the box. I'm pretty sure most of what we did was in the box. Maybe we did like one. I think actually, no, wait. I think we did one module, like a little bit of modular kit, but everything else was in the box. So
Wow.
sometimes it's nice to have like limits. And sometimes it's nice to just go all out and just see what works.
Yeah, just experiment. And that's why lately I've tried to get back into like those early days of making music. You go back to those days when you're 13, 14 years old, dude. I think when I first got like Massive and you get like a MIDI controller and
Yeah.
you're just like hitting a note and it's like the Hardwell synth and you're like, "Durr," and you're like, are you kidding me?
Oh
I
yeah.
that.
Oh
And
yeah.
you get so caught up in the industry and social media and all that shit. And like, you need to understand that and stuff. But I felt myself lose a little bit of touch with the beauty of making beautiful mistakes, and I've gotten back to that, and I've never had more fun, sort of like taking the knowledge that I've learned over all these years with like the happy, joyful kid that like played that Hardwell synth all those years ago.
Yeah. Dude, spot on. Like absolutely like spot on analysis because we have to get back to that like joyful, childish exploration as musicians because
Mhm.
it's really hard to be a musician these days. Really, really hard. And the consistency that the market demands is very, very high.
Mhm.
The high consistency, high quality all the time. But you got to remember why you did it. It was because that first, press of for me, it was it was GarageBand and like hearing like, what I could make on there. Uh or like, what was it? I think my first VST I ever had was Massive
That's
and
what I'm saying, man.
downloading a Skrillex pack
It was always
and
massive, dude.
yeah, yeah. I downloaded like a Skrillex pack, and it was like wow, 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 and I was like, whoa, whoa, this is real.
Yeah.
Like this is where we're at.
Yeah. I know. And it's we're in this really unique time where people say like, "Oh, there's so much bad tech house out there. There's so much bad music out there." It's like, no, no, no. It's actually all
Mm,
really good. Like the bar is so high. Like, yes, sure, there's a lot of bad music out there, whatever.
yeah, yeah,
40,000 songs get uploaded to Spotify every day. I think it's even more than that now, actually.
yeah.
And it's not like the bar is just so high because the barrier to entry is so low. So
True.
how can we, as veterans of the industry, or even it's your first day in the industry, or been in the industry a long time, maybe say you're an industry leader, how
Mhm.
can we get back to that original feeling of like those days that we were talking about, dude? Like the base hunter days, the Cascada days. Like, what does that look like now?
This is
And
a really good question. This is a
yeah, and
really, really good question.
I don't know what it looks like, but I do know that it's going to come from having these sort of conversations with others and collaborating and just having fun with it. And like things will reset. The bubble will pop with all this stuff, and you do need to be focusing on social media and building your brand and content because one thing that I always tell people is nothing else matters but your love of the art and how
Yep.
you can effectively over a long period of time, get that in front of the right people to become your fans. And that is a fulfilling career as a musician. And
Yes.
today, there's ghost producers, there's pay for play tours, there's this,
Yep.
there's that. That shit's all fake, dude. Like, so I think that.
Here's my analysis. Here's my thoughts on that. And I would say my advice to people out there who may be struggling to find their voice or to find uh, you know their identity in like a sea of producers is really truly go back and think what got you interested in music to begin with.
Mm,
What was that spark of joy that initially got you into music? And I think for me, like we've talked about, it's the 80s. It's the 80s synth pop. It's the 90s hard trance. That's the stuff that really got me into it. So I find that I have more joy writing music that's inspired by my nostalgia of when I started in this journey. I think where people start to fall into trouble is they and me too, me included, will follow the trends. Right now like hard techno is huge, and hard groove is huge, and it's like, well, um, I have to write that because it's popular. No, you shouldn't actually, because if you just stick to your guns, in 10 years, you're going to have 10 years of experience in this really weird genre and it's going to be popular again. It just all comes circular, like every
Alpha
10 to 20
Disco.
years. I mean, yeah, well, so I call it Italo disco now. When I started writing it, I was calling it synthwave. So under Driver405, like I still do write like synthwave, but I've really started to focus a little bit more on the sort of like Italo side of the 80s synthwave sort of genre. And I would say the difference for me is that it is more Italo disco is more 80s disco rather than 70s disco.
Mhm.
So it's a little more focused on the synths rather than like kind of like the live instruments of like funk.
Yep.
And so I really like that. And so it's dancey. And so I actually just started a label slash party this year. It's called Italo Overdrive. And it's like my first track's gonna come out um hopefully by the end of the year. I'm finishing up getting it mastered and mixed and everything. And yeah, we're trying to do like just more kind of weird, dancey, synthwave 80s stuff. And
Great.
we're doing a party this Friday at Zero Lounge Hollywood. And so I'm just, you know, I think for me, like I do love tech house, but like I'm really able to kind of like tap into my childhood nostalgia through this Driver 405 project, which
Mhm.
for me is just like, endless inspiration. So
That's great, dude. And thank you for sharing that perspective because there are a lot of producers out there that and we do again, I feel the same way. I feel so lost sometimes. Like people are like, you're really killing it, Sherm. And I'm like, I feel like I'm not. Like I feel like I'm so far behind. And it's because I'm not staying in touch with that young version of me that like if that guy said, "Dude, what happened, man? What's wrong? You're doing amazing. Like I'm so proud of all the accomplishments that you have, little and big. But like don't forget that it was that love for the music and however you can tap
yeah,
back into that, that's up to you." And dude, and also
absolutely.
what's your opinion on this as well, Ryan? I've been asking a lot of people this question, especially as someone, even though you work in the music industry,
Right.
like life as a musician is cannot be your full life, right? Like you
Correct.
can't put all the pressure of being a musician as your entire personality or your entire success because there's so much more to life than
Hmm.
this
Definitely.
crazy industry that we're all a part of that's beautiful yet dangerous and dark sometimes. And like how do
Can
you
be.
actually how do you find that balancing act, especially considering you work in the music industry for your day job and have creative passions outside of that?
Great question. So, like you said, it's all about balance.
Hmm.
Um, I have a few outlets, I think music being a big creative outlet of mine, sometimes there's a lot of pressure. But you got to find things that you can keep grounded, that can keep you grounded. Um, I am I love golf. I love going out on the golf course and really like connecting with nature.
Hmm.
That's a way that I'm always able to kind of stay grounded. I'm also a church going man. I'm a man of man of that of God and all that. And so I love expressing my myself through that regard as well. And I think that um, it's really healthy to have like things that you can sort of, find purpose in,
Hmm.
I would say. Um, and for me, that's one way that I do. And then also through um, just like, one of my friends really taught me this, just calling people up. Like, it's so funny, but we're always texting people, but like one of like the smallest things that like may impact someone's day is you just call somebody up you haven't talked to in like a year.
Just
Just
call them.
like, hey, what are you doing?
Yep.
I haven't talked to you in a year. I mean, just try it. And sometimes I do that, and it's just like it makes me feel happy, and makes them feel happy. Um, so staying connected with people, as well.
Yeah, I call those types of friends, whether they're in the music industry or well, if they're not in the music industry, like my firefighter friends, in terms
Yeah,
of like they have a job that's like saving people's lives or doing something that's like completely outside of music and like you know,
yeah,
I used to sort of have issues, not with these people, but just like you're pursuing music so hard every single day. You're playing shows, you want support. And sometimes these people, they might not find interest and they might not know how to support you. And you realize that's actually so good for you to not
yeah,
have that relationship with everybody in your life that's like constantly music, constantly DJing, constantly house music. Like you have to live to be inspired.
yep,
And I know so
absolutely.
many successful musicians that their best friends, me included, they're not in the music industry at all, right? Like they're not.
Hmm.
Like DJ Susan's best friend, he is actually a firefighter. Jake Shore's best friend, he's actually a firefighter. So that's how I kind of started
Wow,
saying this. My best friend, like, have a lot of friends.
firefighter.
He's not a firefighter, unfortunately. I do have
Okay,
friends that are firefighters. I'm
that's
looking
the
for a
secret to life.
firefighter best friend if anyone's out there. Yeah. But
I
like
am too. I don't have one yet.
yeah, we need firefighter friends. But I always like try and encourage people because everyone's always looking for music industry advice and tips and tricks, and like I'm happy to provide that. But the one thing I say is like I implore you to try and lead a life outside of music as well.
You absolutely have to. I mean, and the thing is that like we talked about balance earlier,
Mhm.
like you really truly you have to like not fully obsess on it. Like I know that there's some days that your entire day is going to be music, and that's fine. And like, for I played a music festival in July, Dirty Bird Camp Out and Northern Nights
Yeah.
Festival. And
Sick.
dude, I mean, it was incredible, but I spent a lot of my time focusing mostly on getting that set ready and finishing music. And I think I played like seven unreleased tracks. And
Yeah.
like I was just like, fully immersed in that. Looking back, maybe I'd be a little less stressed if I had taken more time to do the things that make me happy outside of music.
Hmm. Yeah. That's exactly how I feel, man. And sometimes you go like, for me, I go on these runs where it's like a lot of weekends in a row,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, damn, like what happened? It's so much fun. So it's like I'm always reminding myself to live in the moment and just appreciate everything I have. I live a blessed life, man, and I
Yeah,
just
we all do, man. And we
all
are
do.
we're doing what we love to do. And I think that's the
We're
most important
lucky.
thing. Cause like I've always said, like, look, I don't have to make a living writing music per se.
Yeah.
I just want to do it like all the time. It's what I love to do, and so I'm never going to stop. Like,
Mhm.
hey, like when I'm 80 years old, we're gonna have let's have another one of these calls,
Yeah.
and you're gonna say like, "Are you still writing trance? Are you still writing synthwave?" And I'm gonna be like, "Damn right."
Damn right. You got your
They say,
GameCube fired up, Ryan?
Hopefully, I'll have a GameCube, my GameCube back by then. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully, hopefully, dude.
No, it's funny because honestly, dude, like I think that it is just so important. I know, like I still have a day job. I still, working at Pioneer
Yeah.
as a digital marketing manager is still technically a day job. Although I work in music, it's a great like, you know, combo deal. But it is still work, still a lot of work. And coming home, sometimes you're like, I don't feel like writing music tonight. I kind of just want to watch the new Love Is Blind on Netflix. And then I do watch the new Love Is Blind on Netflix, and that's fine. I think that's okay to do that.
I agree, dude. I agree. I got a wife, I got a dog, and you realize the longer you live and the more perspective you get and the people you
Yeah.
meet and the people that stay around and we both live in places where we're not from, right? So what you
True.
said about just calling people, that really resonates with me, man. People, it means a lot to me and to people that I do keep in touch with that we do keep in touch because it's a two-way street as well, too. I always tell people.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. And yeah, who inspired me was my friend Dev that I was talking about earlier. Sometimes he would just call me up. He lives
That's
in
a
Nashville
legend.
now and
Yeah.
he's a pilot and he like
You're
he's
you
like,
got a pilot best friend, bro. That's better than a fire. Well, I don't know, but
that
that's
is
pretty
pretty cool.
cool.
But he's flying all the time. And so, when he does call me, I'm like, dude, like you're busy. Like, so he takes the time out of the day to call me and I was like, yeah, I gotta start returning the favor to him and to other people. And I think that's like really a good thing to try doing. Maybe just try calling someone once a week, that you haven't talked to in a while, and hopefully they pick up.
Yeah, because you'll realize in these moments of the music industry that can feel so lonely, you're just like, all right, there's more. Like, what am I doing? Like, I'm beating myself up for something. That's why this is called a dream job as well. Like, for everybody out there, like, it is really hard to fully make it in the way that you might be envisioning it. So, that's why I always
It
tell
is.
people, like, make your biggest goals not so specific, and you will never be unhappy with anything that happens along the way because fulfillment is what I'm always focused on. Like if your biggest goal is something so specific like playing Lollapalooza, I bet you if you work hard enough, you will eventually do that. But what's going to happen the day after when you've already done it? You're like, shit. Well, I don't know what my goal was. I just wanted to do that because I thought that's what you're supposed to do. My goal, Ryan, is to make an impact in this industry after I'm gone. And that's like part of Chicago Music Nexus. That's part of this podcast. That's part of Hood Politics Records. And
Yeah,
everything I
so cool.
do goes towards that. And that's what keeps me going. So I'm always encouraging people like just
And
don't.
what's so cool about that goal is it's actually not selfish. It's a selfless goal because you
Yeah,
want to continue making an impact. Uh, Instead of just like I want to play Lollapalooza, like you said, it's like no, like I want to foster the community. Like for me, my goal is like I want to bring together people who love retro inspired dance music.
exactly.
That's really it. And if I'm able to do that, it'll make me happy, I think.
Mhm.
And bring joy through the creative process, right? Like that's kind of a cool goal. But if it's like, well, I want to make $1 million because it's like, well, you can do better. You can do one or two better than that.
You can do better, exactly. Never underestimate the power of influence and love, even on a small scale. Like you cannot forget
Yep.
like how hard it is to even make a fan or make it a good impression on someone, and like to even just be positive throughout an entire day in this world we live in is it's difficult. So
Yeah, so true. And love too, man. I mean, yeah, like, it's tough because there's a lot of times where in this industry you aren't shown love, like you will be showing love and you will be showing kindness to people, but then sometimes you don't receive that back. And I think for the people out there who are kind of going through that right now, sometimes it can feel like there's a lot of rejection and that there's a lot of like, a lot of no's and a lot of that. But I think at the end of the day, you just got to keep pushing and you got to keep showing up as your best self. And I think you will eventually transcend to where you're trying to get to.
God, this conversation has had it all, dude.
Dude, we're going deep.
I the first time I caught up with you, whenever that was, like 2 months ago, we basically podcasted, and then the next time we
Yeah.
basically podcasted, I was like, we really actually got to do a podcast, and
I mean,
this has been amazing, dude.
you got two hosts talking to each other. It's like I do the host stuff at Pioneer, so I do all the interview stuff there. So
Dude,
it's
I
like
know. I've seen you do that
we
'cause
love this stuff.
this stuff is my favorite, dude, because you can just like you can really tap in and like, dude, I didn't have any questions prepared. Like I'm literally just like I feel it. I know you well enough, and that's the beauty of like this world to me, especially in the music industry. Like if it's the right person, you can make fast friends so quickly that are really
Yeah.
true and genuine. And I've definitely felt that with you, man. This has been
Oh,
just
thanks. You too, man. You too. And you and all of the Hood Politics guys, like when I first met Susan at NAM,
yeah.
I was just like immediately, I'm like, I like this guy. I like this guy, and I like
I
his
didn't know you
friends.
guys met in NAMM. That's awesome.
So it was up in the Pioneer Pro Audio booth, and I think I was DJing with the Cool Contest Records guys, Anthony, and a couple other people, and then I think Susan was handing out stickers, Hood Politics stickers,
There you
and I
go.
was like, "What is Hood Politics?"
Yep.
And this was years and years and years ago, and then I ended up booking him and Chris Diaz. It was the Hood Politics and Friends for Pioneer DJ at NAMM. Did you come out for that? Were you there?
No, I didn't join until like 2021.
Okay, so this was 2020, right before the pandemic,
Yeah.
and I booked him for it was DJ Susan. It was like yeah, Hood Politics and Friends, and he came out, and then actually it was crazy. I think I think Dr. Fresh came out too and played with him as well.
Dude, I believe that. We just did same but different fests. Me and Susan played and Dr. Fresh
Yeah,
played. We were chilling with him on Friday. And we did a back-to-back set. Me, Susan, and Chris Diaz, who goes by Chris Grooves now. And Susan's
yeah.
wedding is this weekend, by the way, in Tulum. So I will make sure to tell them you said hello and I will bring up this story.
Oh, good for him, man. Yeah, I'm so happy for him. Yeah, I mean, like seriously, such a good dude. And it's funny about Dr. Fresh too.
He's the
Uh,
man.
so when I first moved out to LA,
Yeah.
the first house that I moved to was a Craigslist place.
Okay.
And you know who used to live in the basement was Dr.
Fresh?
Fresh. Yeah. So Tony had just moved out like a few months before I moved in 2017. And and so that's how I like actually got to know him. I got to meet him through, all of my roommate friends. And
Damn.
it was like a music producer house. There was like four people in there that produced music. Yeah.
Dude, it's
But
so
it was so random. I didn't know this when I was like moving in. It was a Craigslist place.
yeah, that's the dude. Once again, come on. What did you call it earlier? The
Well, the place was called Castle Sunshine, the house, but what did I call
Soul Sunshine.
it's Castle Sunshine? The six bed, six bath house.
Your other word for serendipity that we're getting tattooed on you.
Oh, planned happenstance. That's the one. I
Maybe.
mean, got a little bit of luck and a little bit of trying, and then put those together, and you never know.
That's beautiful, dude. That's also a very LA thing, I feel like, as well.
Super LA. I mean, hey, there's been a lot of failure. I mean, there's been a lot of times where I put myself out there and nothing happens.
Yeah.
But I would say more often than not, I'm surprised,
Yeah.
more often than not. Something cool happens when you like, sometimes you're like, I don't really want to go to that networking event. Like I'm just
Mhm.
too tired. I just want to play, my GameCube. And then you realize, wait a minute, I don't have a GameCube. So then you go to the networking event anyway, and then you meet a new friend and start a business together. Who knows? There's
Yeah.
just the opportunities are endless.
Yeah, that's actually when I say you need to go to this. Like something is fighting you that you
Yes.
know it's blocking you for no reason. You need to go. It's worth it.
Yeah. Hey,
If you
even if
don't
you're not in
show up,
Chicago,
dude, that's like the motto of Chicago Music Nexus. It's like a lot of people out here saying they're serious about the music industry, but you're not showing up for yourself first.
all the Midwest homies go to Chicago Music Nexus because that's the place to be. It's the place to be.
It is going to be the place to be, man. We're so grateful you're going to donate some Pioneer or Alpha Theta equipment, excuse moi.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna have some of the best of the best there for you guys to play around with for sure.
it's going to be great, brother. Ryan, thanks so much for coming on the show, brother. This has been amazing. This is episode 254. So
Wow.
we're deep,
Wow.
man. Yeah, we're deep.
Oh, congrats, man.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, I love it so
It was
much.
an honor. Yeah, thanks
It's
for having me, man.
it's
Seriously.
it's been an honor for me, man. I know people are really gonna like this episode. So we like I said, we had it all. This has been so funny and informative and very heartfelt too. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, thanks so much. And a special shout out to the DJ Beaver back here. DJ Beaver. Uh
How do you do it?
he's I'm trying to do the thing where he like like I think I
I
went
don't
like
know. The
that.
camera did it like at the perfect moments. It's almost like it doesn't want you to do it now.
He d- he doesn't. No, you're
Can
right.
we actually see the Backstreet Boys one more time? That'd be appreciated.
Yeah. Yes, Backstreet Boys of the Sphere. Um
Oh,
incredible opportunity here
it
for
came framed.
No, I had to frame it myself. I just bought a frame on Amazon, but
I mean, yeah, it's not like a world class frame by any means, but it is. It looks good.
yeah, it's not world class. No, $10 frame. But hey, I'll tell you, man,
Hey,
um, the Sphere is incredible, and anytime you get a chance to go to Vegas, definitely do it. But yeah, thanks again, man. Seriously, thanks again for having me on, and hopefully, your viewers can get a nugget or two of information, nugget or two of advice.
I
So
already know the clips I'm going to share, man. There were so many good ones. We'll probably just stick to the GameCube stuff for social media. I think that'll really hit well.
yeah,
Be expecting the GameCube skit and the Midwest Driver and LA skit here coming soon.
stoked, man. Can't wait.
Man, do I love Sherman the Booth. Oh, hey, I think you do too. Hope you enjoyed that piece of content. If you're looking for more, make sure to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any upcoming Sherman the Booth interviews, live sets, new music, exclusive artist interviews, Sherm's Word, sub pack reviews, and more. This is your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. Cheers.